your chaotic GM for this
Hi,
bunch
hi.
of chaos gremlins. It's been a little while. It's been a whole week, which is crazy. My brain just shut off. Someone else talk.
It's been a while, only a week. But
it's been a while, only a week. We're about to.
Oh,
Go ahead.
we are. We do have video. Wow, we're all talking at the same time.
No, I said
Okay.
let Bree speak. You know they love to speak over black voices. Let Bree speak.
God.
That was a fine.
Okay.
That was
It's fine, Bree. It's okay, Bree. I got called aggressive earlier. We know that that's emotional. I'm out.
I'm gonna get Bree canceled. Thanks, Laura. We need a producer. Because I fear ours is on the way out now. This is all in jest.
So I would just like to make a formal apology, but I am quitting now. This is my 15-minute notice. So good luck trying to stream this. Anyways, no, we are working on YouTube videos. I'm almost done with one of the episodes. They will be uploaded shortly. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, all these different platforms. If there's a platform, we have it except for LinkedIn, because no one's on LinkedIn.
Correct. LinkedIn is kind of odd. Sure.
This is where I'm going to take my exit now, so. Bye, guys! Have a good one!
What's for you guys? Okay. All just aside, welcome back to The Last Hope. Welcome back to Crit and Chaos. Bree already said, follow us everywhere. We would appreciate it greatly. Last session was a little bit of a doozy because I killed someone off. And I took up another player character's eye. I almost said player's. I definitely didn't take a player's eye. Maybe so clear I didn't remove someone's eye. But we lost Ginny in a heroic act that she committed to save Mona on a hunch. And then Dessa lost her eye and gained some very, very cool scars down the left side of her body, but noticed that it was her mother? Crazy. They fought the Unordered. They saw Mona's brother. And then the crash out happened. Thank you, Mona. It was lovely. We loved it. Every second of it. We got a very sweet moment between Dessa and Mona. Got a sweet moment between Cassandra and Cyprus. And then, to ruin it all, or maybe bring it to a close, Lucius, BDL, popped his head through a portal and says, well, are you guys coming? And the party was able to go home for the first time in only a few days for them. But has it only been a few days at home? And so, for tonight's episode of The Last Hope, the session title is You Can't Go Home Again. And we are going to come back to the story as you are all stepping out of the portal into an outpost, very similar to one you've been in before. And having had all of this power from that massive 3-level jump settle on your shoulders, it feels surreal to be back home again. And BDL looks at you and he's like, oh, it's so good to see you. He points to Cassandra, who is holding Ginny's dead body, says, I'm gonna give you guys some time to process. And he just walks off. He doesn't go far, but he's like, I'm gonna... And this is where we leave it open for you. So take it away.
Real quick, before we do anything, can I get a quick description of the space that we're in?
Yeah, so you are in I think it was in section 3 or 4, you ended up in an outpost, and it was just kind of like this, like, old, abandoned, like, mill-type structure. So you're currently standing in a mostly metal room. There's dirt floor underneath you. There's 3 doors to the outside, 1 on each wall, except for the back wall. There are windows on the walls. They're all busted out. And there are some plants starting to grow in along the walls, like creeping ivy and such. But it's otherwise pretty empty. There's like a few sturdy-ish looking benches on one wall if you would like to sit.
Holding a dead body, so.
Oh, I thought you said something. Trying to think. I feel like, yeah, I think when we come into the room, Mona probably goes over to one of the benches and she just sits down. She pulls, it's very similar to the position when she didn't go to sleep the night before, where she kind of like sits on there, like pulls her knees to her chest, and she is just kind of like got the 1,000-yard stare going on and isn't really saying much else. And is kind of waiting for everyone to do what they need to do until BDL comes back.
At this moment in time, Cassandra is still actively holding.
Mm-hmm.
I would just
You
like
are.
she's just kind of like staring at Ginny, not saying anything because she's kind of frozen. She kind of just currently doesn't believe that like it's her place to talk, or like that like she's allowed to even like express any like sadness about it, because like she feels like she should have done more. So she's kind of just now just holding the body, kind of slightly shaking, but just like waiting for instruction. I'm going to break her.
I think Dessa fuck, okay. Dessa does like notice that Mona walks off and like goes to sit down. And then she sees Cassandra. I'm not gonna lie, Cassandra, how strong are you? You're shaking, and it makes me feel like you're about to drop Ginny. So do you need Dessa to come over there and like take her for a second?
No. I got her. And she kind of just like stops talking and just trails off. She's just holding her. It's just like she doesn't really know what to say, or if she should be able to say anything. So she's just kind of like waiting for someone to tell her what to do, which is very unlike Cassandra. But yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I know you just said no, but Dessa's gonna walk up and like here, like just I got her because we're all going through it, but you're really you just take a second, okay? She's just gonna like gently take Jenny from your hands and hold on to her.
Cassandra just kind of just like outstretches her hand, like as if like she just didn't want to, but doesn't know what to say, and just kind of just watches Dessa take Jenny away, and just kind of just stares at her hands now, like, oh,
Why don't you go sit for a second?
she softly just like, okay, and just walks to sit on one of the nearby benches, just like staring off into the distance, just like waiting.
Are you sitting
Okay.
next to Mona? How close are you to Mona when you go sit down? I'm just curious.
Sitting next to you.
Oh.
Well.
She's not. Sandra's not like paying any attention to her surroundings. She don't see none of y'all right now. I'm not like. She's just kind of just like, oh, my friend just died. My girlfriend is breaking now. Like, and I don't know what to do. So she's just kind of just there.
Not girlfriend about
My
Cyprus is crazy.
Do I detect that this is all going on?
We're all in the same.
Of course, you're there. You can see it.
But it's like,
is there a really pretty like outlook kind of area that we're in?
You haven't been outside, but if you look out the window,
Yeah, that's what I mean. If like I
there-
look out the window, is there like a really pretty scenic area?
they're immediately outside of the outpost. You are surrounded by trees, and if you look just a little way through the trees, there's like a little path that leads to what you can see of it is a very pretty clearing filled with flowers.
Hey guys, would you mind following me for a moment? I think it's time we lay Ginny to rest.
So Cassandra gets up, just slowly, but like starts walking at the sound of Cyprus's voice. Not really like processing what's going on, but just like following the sound and just doing what Cyprus asks.
Mona looks up and sets their chin on their knees and is like, shouldn't we probably check to see what's going on with Lucius first? Like, I understand wanting to put Ginny to rest, but we've been gone a really long time. We don't really know what's going on. We don't know what areas are dangerous. We don't know where there might be abominations lurking. I think we need to wait just a moment before we start wandering off.
Could we just ask him quickly? Because Mona, I'm sorry if this lets you down, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to focus until we do this.
No, you never let me down. I think he said he was coming right back, so I promise we can make this our first order of business as soon as we talk to him again. I just don't think it's a good idea to just go
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not 100% myself for some reason, and I don't want to be dragging her body around. And what?
For some reason, crazy.
For some reason. Keep going.
It's right
Keep
there.
going.
Go ahead.
Because I've lost people before, and this just hits different. I'm not bouncing back like I normally do.
When you apologize to Mona for not like being 100% yourself, Mona kind of like looks at you and tilts her head. And there's like this silent connection of like you haven't seen Mona like this. Like of like what happened recently. Like they are, it's not like a rude stare, but it's kind of like a you and me are in the same boat right now kind of thing. And they're just like, Cyprus, this just happened. I'm not expecting you. I don't think anyone's expecting any of us to bounce back. I'm just thinking logistically because it's the only thing I know how to do, especially right now. But we'll talk to Lucius, and then don't you think maybe her family or might have wishes for...
But what do we do with the body? Do we just send the body? Like, that's my concern is
Well,
how do we
have protocols for things like this. I mean, I know we're sort of out but back in, but I think we can figure all that out once we talk to Lucius and whoever else is in the vigilant hand right now. But I think it might be best to see, like I said, I'm sure her sister and her mother probably have some ideas about where they would want her to be.
Can I be blunt?
Oh.
Sure.
I think the reason why I'm apologizing is because when we talked last, you said that there wasn't time to fall apart and there wasn't time to feel things because, you know, you're busy making sure that everyone else is together. And I'm trying to follow your lead, but it's just not working for me. And I just wanted to apologize because you seem to be holding yourself decently, unless you're doing the same thing you did with Callie in the conversation that we had where you said, you know, you don't have time to feel things.
Blood Checkers goes crazy every single time.
What'd you say?
Mona kind of like looks over at Cyprus, and they're just blink, and they're like, "No, you're right. I did say that." That was. I think I'm realizing that by holding myself to an unfair standard, I was also implying that you all should hold yourself to the same standard. So I guess I should say I'm sorry for that. It's I don't know how to function with my feelings and with my emotions and when things are happening. And so the only way I can stay on my feet is to keep going, because if I don't, I will fall. And that's just kind of how I've operated, and I'm sorry for my part in making you feel like you're not allowed to be a person and you're not allowed to grieve and you're not allowed to have feelings. It's how I've managed my whole life, and I'm realizing that not only has that been bad for me, it's been bad for you too.
Sorry.
So disregard what I said earlier. You can take that time.
Will you take that time with me? It's less lonely to grieve alone. When you have a friend.
I can take that time with you. Realistically, there will come a time when we have to do something and we will have to set this aside, but I think that means that whenever we get these moments, we should take them. So, yeah.
So, while this is happening, Cassandra just kind of just like is still actively staring at the body in Dessa's arms, and just goes, "Should we get her some flowers?" Just like kind of just like very soft, very much like obviously like lost in whatever is going on up there. Just like, I feel like she would like some flowers, and then that just goes quiet, just kind of trails off.
Yeah. And Dessa hears what you were saying, Cassandra. And while you're staring at her, like Dessa is making a point to keep looking forward. She does not want to look at Ginny. Because she well, if she looks forward, because she only has like part of her field of vision, she can like basically not see Ginny if she's just staring straight ahead, and she is fine with that because she feels like she shouldn't have. They got hit with the same bolt of lightning, and yet Dessa lived, Ginny didn't. So Dessa is feeling as if she shouldn't be here. She feels like she should also be in somebody else's arms, being debated on where to be buried. She is basically wondering why she is still here and Ginny is not. But she's trying to like push that feeling down, and she goes, yeah, I think Ginny would really like that. As soon as Lucius gets back, we'll do that.
As you all kind of sit and grieve and process the hell of a morning you've had, or your Mona, the hell of the last 24 hours, because you haven't slept yet. After about 30 minutes, BDO
30?
comes
We
back
could have
in.
been to this. Oh, I'm sick. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
BDO comes back in carrying a bag. And he says, holds out the bag. Well, I was going to go get this. You want this. We put Ginny in here until we can bury her properly. According to the family's wishes, it'll preserve her body. It's essentially a morgue. It's a bag of holding. Things don't go bad. We can't bury her. There are protocols. I know you've been gone for 2.5 years, but there are protocols.
2.5
I'm
years?
sorry, how many years?
Unless you're Cassandra, then you've been gone for 5.5.
I'm sorry.
Let's take-
2.5 years?
A bag?
You have so many questions and not enough answers. First off, a bag? Second of all, 2.5 years? Wasn't it like a day or something for us?
Well, I don't know how long it was for you. I know for us, it's been about 2.5 years.
Right.
I kind of thought you all died, I'm not gonna lie, but time on Avalis works weird, so.
It's
Body,
Yeah.
Dessa, you look worse for wear. Please, for the love of God, be the one with reason right now. She will not go bad in the bag. We cannot bury her here.
I hear you. And Dessa's gonna go over and gently as she can
we wrap
place
her
Ginny.
or something? Cassandra says that like just like kind of like a little bit panicked. Like, can we wrap her in something first? I don't.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine in the bag, Cassandra. She'll be okay.
Okay.
This is the best place for her for the time being.
Dessa and Lucius are right.
I promise we will give her the proper burial that she deserves and that her family would like for her, and there are too many questions that are going through my head. We will give her a proper send-off when we have time. Right now, there's things we have to discuss about the fate of the world. First of all, you look like you have not slept. Please sit down. I think you're going to faint.
I'm not gonna
Pointing at Mona. Just sit down. You can listen in while sitting. It's fine. He takes a moment and he looks over all of you. And he says, well, I had a whole thing, but I was glad to see you all come back alive and da-da-da-da-da. But, that feels a bit bad. I'm not gonna do that. I am happy that you are back and that I get to see you again. And I am sorry that I could not have been more honest and forthcoming with you before sending you. But the truth of the matter was, I was afraid. And you were truly the only thing I had left. So that prophecy I gave you was all bullshit. It was illusory. I made it up at the second you asked, but it is what it is. You were what we had. You were the only hope. And I could not sit here again and watch another world that I love die when we could have done something to try and save it. So I sent you to Atlas. I sent you to find the thing to save the world. And I want you to feel whatever you feel. If you hate me, I get it. I know that none of you can ever hate me as much as I hate myself for letting her die the first time, pointing at Cassandra, and letting Ginny die this time, and having Callie sacrifice herself to Storm. You can never hate me more than I hate myself for doing those things. But I won't let another world die when we could do something about it. Not again.
Have you ever managed to save a world before this one?
Complicated question. I've been around for the saving of a lot of worlds, but I haven't been a part of any of them. But I believe that sending you to Avalis was the right choice.
So, Cassandra's voice starts cracking, but it's obvious that she's like kind of like less sad now and more so kind of a little bit angry. And she goes, "So what makes you so confident this time?"
I have seen the rise and fall of many worlds, the multiverse, if you will. You all know I've been alive for longer than anyone can really conceive, and I was not on Shanti when it was created, but shortly after. This is my home. This is your home. And I took a wild stab in the dark that maybe the place that I called home a long time ago, when it was a different place, would have answers. And now clearly, it was a thoughtful journey, but they came back. Your team, Cassandra, came back with you. You should not have been able to come back. You were gone. They made sure of that. But you came back, which gives me hope.
What do you mean they made sure of... Right, sorry. I guess, what do you... Is there information that we need to give to you? Are you caught up on everything? Is there information that you need to give to us? Well, clearly there's information you need to give to us, but...
Where do we go from here? Please. Hold on.
All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. Knock, knock. I'm about to start a celebration. Let me in. Brought a good time plus some friends. Turn it up loud past 10.
But they had learned that the prophecy bogus and that BDL hates himself for letting Cassandra die, and now also Ginny offered a bag to put Ginny in, and the party kind of freaked out for a moment, and BDL was mid talking about being afraid to watch another world die, and that the party really is the only thing that he had access to that he thought could maybe help. So I'll just get back into it. I understand that all of this is a lot, and that I have put far too much expectation on you when you were leaving the military. You could have said no, and it's fine, but I'm glad that you're here. And if you want to leave, you can. Won't hold it against you. But I believe the stakes are higher even now for all of us. Cassandra is alive, somehow, and Ginny deserves to know that she didn't die in vain, yes?
Yes. She does deserve that.
She deserves rest.
She does, yes. I've been doing my own research in the last 2.5 years that you've been gone. And now that you have come back from Avalis, there's more work to be done still. Today I have some things that we need to go look into. And by we I mean you guys, because I am simply not equipped to do it alone. So I'll be sending you guys to go to an unordered site. abandoned. An old, abandoned, unordered site, I should specify. And I would like you guys to see what you can find.
BDL, I mean this
There
with
should be...
so much
Go ahead.
respect. But at what point do we stop with the looking around, hunting, and doing this, like, dirty work? We've lost
Cyprus.
2 people because of this runaround. At what point do we finally achieve the goal and do enough to feel worthy?
Cyprus. He gets closer to you, and he looks at you. And it's not... There's no malice or any, like, ill intent in this question, but he looks at you and says, have you solved how to save the world yet? Have you figured it out yet? Because if you haven't, then we have to keep looking.
Ginny was my world.
I understand
and I lost
that.
her, so what's the point?
You have a twin brother, don't you?
Yeah?
Do you want him to die too?
No.
Then we should probably keep going, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. And you can see that she's crying.
Mona doesn't say anything, but they will kind of just like, just for a quick moment, squeeze Cyprus's shoulder, before just going back to keeping her focus on Lucius.
Cassandra glares at Lucius a little bit because she's like, why would you make her cry? But like she awkwardly but like determinedly walks over to Cyprus and just kind of leans a little bit, just like for comfort, because she doesn't want to like touch them, but like she's just there, just like a presence.
I think Dessa is going to she sees well, obviously she's not happy about what BDO just said to Cyprus. She does not like seeing Cyprus cry at all whatsoever. Mona's squeezing their shoulders. Cassandra is being a present, so Dessa's gonna look at BDL and just say, what do you have for us?
I admittedly don't have a lot, just because the unordered are quite, like, elusive. I have a location, I can get you there, you just need to go and find what you can about anything you can find. People, or magics, or intelligent, whatever you can find. And just bring it back. You will have a way to get back. You should have a way to get back. There's teleportation everywhere.
Did you already know and Mona kind of looks around, full extent of the Nightingale's involvement with the Unordered? Is that new information or just new information for me?
I did not have any information on that. No. Something I need to know?
Well, when we were, on Avalis, I learned that, my father, and my brother, and my mother, actually, were working with the, like, they sort of started this whole thing. And are, I don't know if they're in charge, but they are deeply intertwined with the Unordered and have been for some time. And other members of my family likely too, but the only confirmed I have are my parents and my brother.
Alright, well, I've been keeping an eye on your family anyway, so I guess I will just continue to do so. You look surprised. I keep tabs on all of your families, but yours are the only ones who try and make themselves heroes.
No, that's fair. I guess I'm surprised at people buying into their thing.
Not everybody. I've seen far too many worlds burn to buy into everybody who just tries to make themselves out as heroes. Do we have anything else
Um,
that you need to ask me before I send you off to go search?
Mona doesn't say anything, but they kind of like side glance Dessa when Lucius asks if there's anything else. Not in front of him, but like kind of looks at Dessa like are you gonna?
I was getting there. Dessa, Dessa, looks at Lucius and she's just like, "You've been keeping tabs on our families?"
As much as I can. Why?
My mother was there,
Oh.
and she did this. She killed Jenny
Oh.
too. What do you know about her?
Admittedly, your mother. Nothing. Your military records are that your father is your primary guardian. So I had no reason to look into the mother. I'm sorry that she caused this. I wish I could give you answers, but I don't have them.
It's Dessa is trying not to be very upset. She takes a breath. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I can look into it if you like.
Dessa's kind of conflicted because she spent so long, a lot, like, even though she doesn't really think about it too much now, or like before an hour ago, she never really thought too much about her mother. I mean, she did as a kid, and she wanted to know everything she could about her. And then as she got older, it was just like, I'm glad that she doesn't have to deal with the stuff that my father's putting me through. It probably would have been really worse for her. But now seeing the organization that she's a part of and witnessing what she did, feeling what she did because of her, she's not sure she really wants to know anything. I mean, she knows that her mom killed her friend. She knows that she mutilated her own daughter. Like, what else could she possibly want to know after that? What more does she need to know other than she's just probably just as bad as her father is, if not worse. Definitely worse.
Okay. Fair enough. The offer will stand.
Whenever if everyone else is ready, I'm ready. Let's just get this over with.
Cassandra kind of just sighs and like her face is obviously like just kind of like I'm over this, and she's like, "Let's just go."
Be careful. There should be a teleportation circle for you to return. You can return to my office from there, and when you're done, he will draw in some chalk a teleportation circle on the ground
Hold on.
and activate it for you all.
My family.
Holding on. Yes.
They have something to do with this, right? Like, that's why I can't cast, like, druid spells and stuff, because they'll track it.
That's not what they're tracking, Cyprus. But as for the sequence of totality, you can ignore all of those crackpots. I don't really think there's much to it.
Finally, someone with the recognition that my mom is a bitch and a crackpot. Thank you, PDL. This is why we're buddies. And this is why we have karaoke on Thursday nights.
Yes. Yes, it is. All right. I will get more information for you too, Cyprus.
Thank you.
Just go find what you can find, and then I will get what I can for you about the sequence, and then Dessa, if you ever want it, I will have found information on your mother as well. And he will gesture for you to go through the teleport circle.
Mona will go through the teleport circle, and just because of past experiences, they're on edge because teleportation doesn't always work for us. They will go to the circle, but there is just that tenseness of looking around and preparing for it to not work because it's just ingrained into them to expect that at this point.
Okay. All right. You all step through the teleportation circle, and you are deposited in a building. It looks like an old summer home, perhaps. It is not necessarily in disrepair, but it definitely has seen better days. Mona, you see, looking around at first glance, there's a crest on the wall. It's broken. And peeking out from behind the current Nightingale crest is the original Nightingale crest, as though it were covered up. And looking around the room, there is very clearly evidence of both the Nightingales and the Unordered in this space.
I think there's a moment where, like, the crest, is it high up on the wall, or is it just, like, within?
It's, like, eye level.
Okay. Yeah, I think, there's a moment where, like, they step in, and Mona kind of just, like, goes up to the crest, and then kind of, like, runs her hand over the part of the hidden part of the crest, like, the old crest. And she's kind of standing there staring at it as she runs her hands over the cracks and looks at like the parts of the snake that are visible.
Nice.
I go over to Mona.
Go ahead.
And I touch their elbow. If this is too much, let me help you. I can help carry the load a little bit.
Mona kind of just doesn't look down at Cyprus, but doesn't pull away from the touch. And she's just like, what do you mean by help carry the load? How would you do that?
I don't know. It's not a question I was expecting, but should have expected, I say in character. I don't know, if you just need to take a break and I can rip the crest off the wall if you want the crest for yourself, or I can search the room if you want me to search the room for anything specific. That might be a little heavy.
No, it's fine. I've been dealing with my family all my life. Also, I don't think you can... This is like part of the wall, so I don't think you can really take this crest off, but...
Do you want to hear a secret?
Sure.
And she'll lean up to you, up against your knee, and get lower, please. You know I'm a gnome.
Mona will squat down.
I whisper in your ear, I'm not just a druid anymore.
Oh? Okay, what does that mean?
I'm not just a druid.
I know something.
What do you mean you're not just a druid?
I could probably take out that wall now.
Well, I don't think I want you to take down the wall of the building that we're inside of, but thank you for the offer.
I'm also a fighter.
Oh, when did you have time to learn new skills?
I'm a gnome. And gnomes can do anything.
Right. And Mona will kind of nod and just be like, I guess, I lost my journal in the, in Avalis. So I'll have to start new documentations. But, there's like a beat of silence. and like you could see like some like confliction on Mona's face. You could kind of see the gears turning. Are you? I don't want to ask you if you're okay because I know you aren't. But do you? Can I? I don't really know what I'm trying to say. You just watched your best friend die, and everyone is pressuring you to move on and do things. I think much like I've kind of been doing to everyone since this started, and I'm seeing that that's not great. And I guess I know there's bigger things to worry about, but I'm worried about you right now.
I don't even know where to begin with your question. So I guess I'll just start with simply, I guess this means I get to go to her family's cookouts. She told me that I was always welcome if she died. So.
Well, I'm sure you were always welcome before.
No, it was specifically after she died.
Well, I know they're not. I can tell by the way you and Jenny interacted that you were, that what you had was very special, and so was what you had between your families, and I'm sure they would have been happy to have you regardless. And I know that when this is all over, they will be very happy to see you. And if not, fuck them.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess what would be helpful is if you started to feel things too, with me. Shoulder to shoulder. I think, like I said earlier, I'm following your lead in this, and I think it would give me permission to feel things.
When you say shoulder to shoulder, Mona kind of like goes from squatting to like she's like sitting down on the ground now, like her like legs are kind of crossed and her shoulder is touching your shoulder. And she's just like, I'm not good at feeling things. The first time I tried to let myself feel things, I think I almost brought ruins down on top of us. But I guess I can try to be somewhere in between if it'll make you take care of yourself, because you're always here for everyone, or trying to be. And I guess I thought my way, I'm not great with people the way you are. And so when things happen to people, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to help. And when I try, I make things worse. And so usually what I'm good at is helping people get things done. It's helping everybody get out alive. It's helping everybody defeat the monster. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm sorry for the negative effects that had on you. It was never my intent to make anyone. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
What are you sorry for?
Jenny wasn't my only loss. It was a loss for you too. And I'm sure it's bringing up old feelings of losing Callie.
Yeah. I think that all of you have, well, most of you have sort of been closer to each other than I was, you know? You always had that sort of 3 to 4 musketeers thing going on, which, I mean, like I said, I'm not good with feelings, and I didn't know how or want to interject, I guess. Didn't want to interrupt. I was fine just being on the outside. And I think after what happened to Cassandra, I thought that I saw the way it tore everyone up, and that scared me a little bit. But I still do and always have cared for all of you, and losing every single one of you has hurt in a different way. And I don't think I can handle another one.
All of those things are so valid. But you're wrong on one thing. Majorly wrong. And I know how much you hate being wrong, so don't you dare correct me. You were
Well,
you were
I'm not often wrong.
right, but you are in this instance. You were never an outsider looking in. You were never interjecting. And you were always a part of us, just as much as we were a part of each other.
I'm glad you felt that way.
It's not just about feeling, I
This
knew
is
that.
this is. I guess I don't know what feeling a part of something looks like, and I think no matter how welcoming people are, I always feel like I'm not a part of anything, and I don't think that's your fault. I think that's just... But, you know what? You are my friend, and you are not a liar. So, if that's what you say, then I will shut down the part of me that wants to disagree with you, and I will take your word for it.
Thank you. I mean, do you really think Dessa sees you as an outlier? It's you and Dessa, my dude. I'm gonna say it if no one else will. Ginny and I thought about it all the time. I know, Cassandra said it at one point too. But you know what? I'm gonna back up Cassandra's words. You are more than a leader. I love you.
She, like, very briefly, very quickly glances back at Dessa, but then looks back at Cyprus. Thanks. I don't know. I never really wanted to be the leader, and then there was a moment where I didn't hate it, and then I did, and then I thought in order to be a good leader, then I just had to focus all my efforts there, and I think that made a lot of other things suffer, and I don't know.
Can I be
It doesn't
blunt?
really seem like Cassandra's excited to be the leader again, so we'll figure something out, and then maybe after all this is over, well, between you and me, I'm not coming back to this, so I guess after all this is over, one way or another, it doesn't matter.
Can I be blunt?
When are you not?
Well, you know, maybe you're, like, not in the right headspace. I mean, we both just witnessed someone that we love be brutalized with a stick of lightning, and it's your future girlfriend's mom that did it, you know, so it's, like, it's a little awkward. So I guess... Who's the person who told, like, who's saying that you failed? Where's that narrative coming from?
Well, I think we've fallen apart a lot as a team. Our track record of...
No. Who said it? Who
together.
has told you that you're a failure?
Well, you met my brother today.
Okay, he doesn't count. He's an
So,
asshole. So we're talking about, like, valid people.
Well, Mona laughs a little bit, and she goes, I guess that sort of wipes everyone off my list then.
Damn.
I guess, I don't know, I just feel like I've just watched everyone die and fall apart and suffer, and when I try to help, things get worse, and just feels like observation at this point, but I guess if you're talking about things that people are outright saying, no one's really outright called me a failure since I've left home.
Except for who?
Is this from one of your therapy books?
It is from one of my therapy books. Good job. So in the textbook, Intro to Deep Emotional Feelings by Dr. Warthol, well, he said that a lot of times the messaging that we give ourselves actually come from us initially. Dr. Warthol is kind of a kook, but I did agree with him on that.
I mean, the world's full of kooks, Cyprus, I think.
He was a human, so.
But, I think,
Mm.
you have something against, you know, never mind. I guess, people spent my whole life just telling me horrible things about myself, and I thought that if I reminded myself of those things, it would hurt less when other people said it. And I think those things just stayed there instead of actually helping.
Dr. Warthol would also tell me to follow up with, is that serving you? Is that helpful?
I don't think I like Dr. Wart a lot, honestly.
Listen.
Does anybody?
I'm just going off of what I read.
Well, I don't think I have a lot of time to internalize the secondhand teachings of Dr. Warthol, but I'll do my best. But back to you, I want you to know I care about you. I love you. You bring so much to this team and to our friends, and I am sort of devastated that you sort of never seem to realize that. You're over here telling me about the things I say about myself, and you sort of repeatedly make comments about how people are just putting up with you and they're just dealing with you, and you had a whole stint where you like changed your personality because you were convinced that we all hated you and it was going to be the team's downfall. I know sometimes maybe all that advice you have for other people, you should probably apply it to yourself. I mean, and then Mona shoulder brushes you. I'm no Dr. Warthol, but...
You're right. You're better. You're Dr. Mona.
Dr. Mona.
I'm not... I'm also... I don't...
And they're looking at you so like...
I have no idea how to respond.
So coyly, like, just smiling. Mods, can you block that, please?
To some of the things.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But it just says, I don't know how to respond to some of the things that you say sometimes, and sometimes I can't tell if it's just part of your personality or if you say them to deflect because you also have problems dealing with difficult emotions and things that people are saying.
It is here that I'm going to pull away from Cyprus and Mona because we do have some searching to do. So while you guys are talking, the other twos of you, the twos, can start looking around. So go ahead and give me investigation rolls.
Look at my investigation instead of wait. You know, that's my fault for doing it on D&D Beyond. You right.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my sheet because I don't like using digital dice. It's an
That's
investigation.
super fair.
That suck, actually. Wait, 20?
20. Hold on, big dog, chill.
Yep, D20.
Just asking.
That is also a 20.
No, I was asking if it was the D20.
Yes.
I got
Roll a D20, add your investigation modifier.
Can you imagine if I just got like a full-on 20? I think that's a 6. Yo,
I got a dirty 20.
16. Yo, my glasses are for decoration. I shit you. They're not actually. They're actually a prescription. But plus 2, it's 18.
18, and Dessa, you got a 20.
Dirty 20, yes.
A dirty 20.
What you want to tell me to hold on? Man.
We will start with Cassandra then.
Oh my god.
You are looking through this room
Mhm.
that has very clearly seen better days, and you are searching for anything, any information that could point you towards like better understanding of the unordered. And you don't really find a ton. You do find though a list of what appeared to be names carved onto a stone tablet, but all of the names have been like mostly scratched out. But it is clear that they were unordered.
Most of the names have been scratched. Wait, but if it's on a stone tablet, am I
It's on
able
a stone.
to do the thing where I like? Oh, I don't have.
So here, let me explain. This is your stone tablet. The
Okay.
names have been carved into it and then carved off.
All right.
So you can tell that they're names, but they are illegible.
So what am I supposed to do with it? Okay. Okay. Cassandra kind of just like calls Dessa over to show the tablet. Just be like,
Calls Dessa, hey.
So she just turns over and she's like, Dessa. And then she just kind of just sits, like, just stands there and waits, essentially to just show what she found. Because Cyprus and over there having a whole heart-to-heart, so I don't want to bother them.
That's good. My name is not Cyprus. Dessa walks over to Cassandra. Did you find something?
I found this tablet. I'm not really sure what it is, but it seems like it had names on them, and I don't know what it was used for. You have any clue?
Dessa like gently takes the tablet from you and she looks at it. Can I see if I recognize any of these names? No?
Give me another investigation check. We'll table your dirty 20 for the other thing, but give me another investigation check to see if you can like decipher any of the names.
Ooh.
That is a 16.
There's one name that you can decipher that is less scratched out than the others. You don't recognize it, but I will send it to you in a message. I have to find it. I have it written down.
Okay.
Shit, where is it? Where is it? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Okay, one sec. Getting into Discord. Aside from that one name, you do not see anything else that you can fully decipher. Too much of them have been scratched out.
Dessa kind of so this is how she's holding the tablet, and she's holding it in front of her and she's squinting her eye and is just like trying to like make out like what it is that she's looking at, because like you said, I only recognize one name. And then she reads it and she goes, Rhiannon? Do you know anybody named Rhiannon?
Not that I remember. So Cassandra is like vividly like just kind of just like very obviously like kind of just like squinting like her face in concentration, trying to see if the name is like ringing familiar, but everything is like still kind of foggy because came back from the dead and all that. So she wouldn't even really know. She's like, I can't remember. I don't know who that is. I don't think.
Okay.
And then she kind of just steps back. And then she walks over to Cyprus and Mona. And she's like, I know you guys are busy and I'm so sorry. But we kind of found something.
Okay, pause right there for a second. On Dessa's Dirty 20 investigation,
Ooh.
you are going to follow Cassandra over, I presume, to the other two. And you are looking around and you've seen this name. And you're like, it's whatever, I don't know this person. You're looking around and you just see something out of the corner of your eye kind of glint off. And then you feel the crystal ball on your side again, where you've left it since you had that vision. And just for a moment, your eyes haze over a little bit. And you see a vision of your mom. Younger than she was when you just saw her. But you see her standing there, looking determined and like she has something to fight for. And then Mona's father walks up and offers her a hand to shake. And when you experience this, it's not like a vision or a memory. It's like you're seeing it from a god's point of view. And you know in this moment that your mother sees a chance to take power, whereas Mona's father sees her as a new weapon. And the vision ends. And you kind of blink and are back. It was only 2, maybe 3 seconds. Not even enough to halt your step. And you walk over.
I think during that like that maybe like 1 to 2 seconds where Dessa saw that vision, she just feels it's just as quickly she feels like a flurry of emotions because like her mom looking exactly like her kind of feels like she's looking like she feels like she is looking at herself shake hands with Mona's father, and it's just like she hates that. Like it makes her sick to her stomach to imagine.
She looked about
what's
your
up?
age. And she looked about
Oh,
your age in
God.
this vision. Maybe a little bit older.
Dessa just takes a second, and the one thought that goes through her head is like, would that have been me? But she doesn't she just like shakes her head, blinks, and then just kind of like pockets that for the time being, just for the time being, and just walks over to the rest of them to show them what was found.
Okay. Cassandra, I presume you already showed them the tablet.
Yes. I kind of just like, I gently grab it back from Dessa, and then I turn it to Mona and Cyprus, and I'm like, we found this. I don't know what this is. I was hoping one of you guys would know.
You guys can give me investigation rolls.
Damn it. I already gave one.
Just Cyprus and Mona. The other 2 of you have already looked.
Boo.
I didn't feel like looking for my dice. I'm gonna be boring and use digital dice.
I cast guidance on Mona. I squeeze the corner of their elbow. Well, their elbow.
D4. Where am I at?
No, actually, I take that back. I would argue that they get to roll with advantage because I'm going to help them investigate and figure things out and point things out to them and be like, what did you think about this? Did you think about that?
You're not, okay. Yeah, they can roll with advantage. You can actually do both.
I can?
You can.
Okay, I will also cast guidance at the same time.
Then that's going to be with the guidance plus the advantage that puts me at a 27.
It puts you at a 27?
Mm-hmm. And before it was a 12, so thank you for that.
Okay. So you, with Cyprus's reassuring elbow squeeze and just this little glimmer of starry magic, you look at this tablet and you're like, what is this? Like, what am I looking at? You're still kind of like trying to figure out how to process emotions for the first time possibly ever. And you're just looking and you're like, I wonder, and you flip it over. And on the back is a little note. It's hard to read, but not impossible. And it just says, I hope you like to run. And that is it. That is all the note says. I hope you like to
Ominous
run.
ass note.
Okay, so does this note seem like it was already, was this like an invisible ink type situation?
With a 27, it is just very small. And it looks, for lack of better terms, newer than the other scratches, and also shallower. So they're not quite as deep. It looks like someone probably moved quickly to write this. But with that note, anyone who wants to can give me an insight check.
Okay, I was gonna ask for perception, but I can do insight.
I'll do it.
'cause I'm doing that anyway.
No, I won't. That's a
23 insight.
natural 1, baby.
24.
Oh,
16,
damn.
16, bro.
Okay, so Cyprus, everything is fine.
Pokemon.
Everything
dice.
is fine, Cyprus. This isn't a threat at all.
Cyprus
The rest
going through
The
it.
rest of you, this is a threat that you can see a mile away. This is, oh, should we be running? And then, Cyprus, on your natural 1, you just kind of were like, yeah, whatever, and you like glance off to the side and you see something that kind of reinforces your, oh, it's probably nothing, because you see a name on a different piece of stone. Oh, we lost Bree.
There you go.
Bree's back. And you just see the name Alex.
We're gonna be fine, guys. We're gonna be fine. Alex! Alex is here! And I'm so excited!
Cassandra just kind of
You're happy?
to look at them
Yeah.
and just goes, I thought she didn't like you guys right now.
Oh, she doesn't. But I'm determined to make her like us. And I think we had a kind of a nice little like friendship chemistry going. You know, like she's a little mean to me, which is fine. If she needs to step on my neck every once in a while, that's fine. But I'm saying, like, I think this could be good. We could iron some things out. I think she really needs. Oh my God, you're alive. This is gonna heal everything. You're alive. Alex thought that was the problem, right? Like, I murdered you, but you came back to life, but she doesn't know that you came back to life yet, and so she thinks I'm a murderer, and that was causing all the issues. Oh my God, this is gonna be so good.
Cyprus.
You hear a loud crash. And those of you who know that was a threat understand that crash means you are about to be attacked. So
Oh.
you should run.
Okay.
Boop.
All right,
And
cool.
you know where
We'll
the
send
teleportation.
Cyprus.
Wait, we know what?
You
We're
know
about-
where the teleportation circle is. So you know you should probably run.
Okay.
So Cassandra hears the noise and immediately like perks up, like kind of just like she's on high alert immediately. She's like, "We need to go. We need to go now." And kind of just looks over at Simona and Dessa, and also like kind of just like makes it like a point to talk directly to Cyprus. We need to go.
Uppies.
And then,
I'm gonna be too short, so someone needs to hold me.
Cool.
all right,
Yeah. Dessa got you, Cyprus. She's immediately putting you on her shoulders because we need you to keep up. And can we start dashing? Can we hurt?
Yeah.
We all, other than Cyprus, we all know what the fuck that
Yeah.
was. We gotta go.
Yeah, roll.
You guys take off running, and you have been told where this teleportation circle is. So you're running, and you know that it should take you to Lucius's office. So you run through this house, through the halls, towards the outside, and you can hear someone chasing you. If you turn and look, you cannot see them, and they don't sound close, but they are definitely coming. And so, as you run, you burst through these massive double doors that are heavy and gorgeous and covered in moss and ivy into a courtyard. And there, in front of you, is a teleportation circle. It's very familiar to you. It's the same kind of teleportation circles you have in the tower. So you know exactly how to use it.
Is it gonna fucking work when we try to use
That's
it?
like-
That's what Dessa thinks when we get over there.
you're asking the right question.
Like, does go like to the circle to attempt to activate it once everybody's in the circle.
You are navigating the or
Yeah.
activating the group chat. You said
No.
it's activating the
The teleportation circle.
Teleportation.
I think
Is it gonna
everything
take
is fine
time?
right now. Okay, so I'm
No.
just sort of vibing.
Okay.
You put your hand on the spot where you know to activate the circle, and it fires up immediately.
God.
It's the first time in ages one of these things has worked exactly as it's supposed to. And you all step through the circle. Except when you step through the circle, it does feel a little different. But it's still the same teleportation. It just feels like it takes longer. Like you spend just half a second longer in that state of being pulled thin to a point before expanding back into who you are, into your cells and your bodies. And as you step out of the circle on the other side, you're not in Lucius's office.
I knew it.
You figured
Nor-
too easy.
You're in your teleportation room, in your tower. And you hear a voice.
I told you what would happen if I ever saw you again.
And that is where we're going to cut to break.
You fucking for real, dog?
It's a little bit early, but
Oh my
we
god!
love the drama. So when we come back, there will be a guest. So we'll see you guys in 10. Go take a little bio break, get snacks, get drinks. We're all going to do the same, and we'll see you guys soon for more drama.
And for new people, make sure to watch the
And new-
break for info. So, okay,
Yes. Bye.
bye.
See you soon.
See you in 10 minutes.
more break to cause some more drama because the party just heard a voice that all of them recognize and one that Cassandra has not heard since before she died. So you're stood in your tower's teleportation room, and Alex isn't in this room, but you heard her.
Oh, thank God.
So you are willing to bet that she is just outside the door. You can choose to confront her now or wait, but choice is yours.
I'm sorry. The idea of just having Alex stand there is killing.
She's just like waiting at the door, like ready to stab us. Like, wait a minute.
The idle video game
Whoa.
animation. Mona is gonna look over at Cassandra, actually. Do you... I figure if anyone's gonna take the lead on talking to Alex, it probably should be you, but do you want to do that?
I think I'm the only one that can. Pretty sure if any of you guys at that door, she might stab you.
Yeah, I was like, we all can. I just think the reaction would be very different.
Yeah. So Cassandra just walks over to the door slowly, but like she starts talking to her. She's like, I'm going to open the door and you cannot attack me. And she slowly opens the door and she just kind of awkwardly looks at Alex and she goes, hi.
Shocking grasp.
Roll to hit. Yes, Cassandra, what's your AC?
Is this impersonator wearing any metal?
Cassandra, do you have any metal on anywhere? Actually,
Is it
I think you
Cassandra
do.
or immune to lightning?
I am, and thunder.
Resistant, not immune.
Dang it.
You are far too low level to be immune. But are you wearing metal?
You just called me a bitch. Let me stop. No. But my armor class is 21.
Are you wearing metal though?
I think.
Believe so.
Yeah.
Metal armor?
Mm-hmm.
Not armor. Just metal. Like jewelry, probably.
Wait. No, she's wearing gold. So gold isn't a good conductor, is it?
29 to hit.
Silvery barbs.
You're gonna hit.
Do I reroll at disadvantage or just reroll it?
Just reroll. You just
29.
Ah, goddamn.
And for the purpose of this, she's wearing metal.
Okay, so it was, let's see. Yeah, we're good. So then it's going to be 8, 11, 19, but it's lightning, so halved.
So 8. Wait. Hold on. I think I did my math right.
8, 19, 8, yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Take 8 lightning damage, Cassandra.
You know? You think you know your sister. Cassandra is obviously like caught off guard by this.
Fair enough.
And kind of like jumps back because she's obviously like she's genuinely just got like what the heck, and then
Is this funny? Is this
just shield because she's not gonna attack her sister because like it's just gonna make it like provoke her more. Like it's just like.
So to get the layout right, Cassandra opened the door.
Yep.
Jump back, so we have view of Cassandra and Alex.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You can see them both. It's a little trippy to see them both right there because they look exactly the same.
My brain,
They're
Wearing different outfits at least.
Mona has their hands
Oh,
up,
yeah.
which doesn't really matter
Okay.
because they have psychic abilities, so this is more for show than anything else. They hold their hands up, and it's just like, Alex, this is not a joke. We were all caught off guard too, but Cassandra's back. That is your sister.
No, because you, and she points at Cyprus, killed her. I don't know what game you're playing out here.
Okay. The shield is obviously very much still up, and Cassandra's like,
Shield is a reactionary spell, so it's like not.
Did I hit?
It's when they're being attacked, you throw shield up as a reaction. It's not like a concentration that you can keep up.
Oh, that's weird. But fair. Okay. So Cassandra obviously just keeps like backing up because it's like otherwise she's gonna be full combat with her sister, and she's just not trying to do that. So she's like, I was dead, but I am in fact alive. It's a really long story, and if you would stop attacking us, I would explain it to you.
As soon as you say that, I'm gonna cast Charm Person on Alex at the 2nd level.
Hold on. Let me tell you this right now. I'm not going to stop you from casting it. When that spell wears off, she will know you cast Charm Person on
That's
her.
totally fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm willing to take that
Okay,
risk.
go for it.
Alright.
At the 2nd level, I'm gonna
What's
cast Charm Person. I need a Wisdom saving throw of 17.
Wisdom saving throw of 17. I have a +4.
Oh, Lord.
I have advantage against spells and other magical effects.
Yep.
Yep.
You do.
Well,
Well, we're cooked.
just let it
I don't
happen.
know about we.
Cyprus is
17,
Cyprus.
17 plus 4, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay. So, okay.
Wait. How? How is... Somebody better start explaining something right now. And she puts a flame in hand. It's fireball.
Wait a minute. Fireball! Time out!
She's holding her action, so someone better start talking.
Yes, I did kill your
Alex.
sister. I killed her dead. But she's back now.
Okay, Mona will step
What
in front
does
of
that
Cyprus.
mean?
We went
Mona
to
steps in front of
Cyprus.
Cyprus. And it's like, listen. Lucius sent us to Avalis, where we went on a series of quests. When we went to, basically it was, I don't know, another dimension, another plane, and Cassandra had been there. She'd been back for a few months. Her memories are messed up. We still don't fully understand how. We just know that she is back. And it's been deeply confusing and stressful for everyone, but this is Cassandra. We have no reason to pretend otherwise. We gain nothing from this. And if you launch that fireball, you are going to kill the sister that you just got back.
I'm not that weak.
And I would like to try a persuasion.
guidance.
Roll. Take guidance.
I will, and I'm gonna use my freaking psionic die too. Don't have that many of those because I didn't go. Oh, I forgot Mona's not proficient in persuasion. Wrong character. It's fine. That's fine because I have guidance.
Don't forget, you're exhausted, so it is a disadvantage.
Shit. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, then let me start that over. Because I forgot on D&D Beyond you can just persuade.
How can I resist this? What can I roll to resist it?
It's not necessarily a resist, it's a do you believe what is being said? So you could insight if you want. I think insight would be the only one. And it'll be contested against whatever Mona rolls.
14.
Wait,
And I need. Hold on, I need-
intimidation is either awe or threaten, right?
Intimidation?
Are
Yes.
you that since other people are also trying to convince her it would be a flat roll? Like, as, like, advantage in a way, or no? If not, it's fine. You know me, I gotta try to hustle.
So chaos.
I don't really think anyone has done anything that would give you advantage to make it a flat roll for you, so no.
Righty,
Just
no problem.
have disadvantage.
I just gotta roll. Oh, my psionic die is a 1d10 now.
Your DC is essentially 14.
And don't forget your D4.
So if you beat a 14,
So I rolled. Okay. Hold on. Thank the Lord. So, because with me at disadvantage, and I only rolled a 2 on guidance, I was at 8, but I rolled a 9 on my psionic die. So that takes me to 17.
Alex, Mona's not lying to you. And you're pretty damn insightful. So, for someone who seems pretty straight and narrow most of the time anyways, to say that they have nothing to gain from lying about Cassandra being back, and that is your sister, yeah, you believe it.
Cass?
Hi. Cassandra kind of just slowly starts walking towards Alex, and she goes, I know I have a lot of explaining to do, but I promise. Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug?
I thought you were dead.
I also thought I was dead, and now I'm not. I don't remember much, but I will try to answer as many of the questions as I can. I don't know. Things happened all at once. Everything was happening, and then it's not their fault, you know. We were manipulated, and then we had to fight, and then I died, and then I wasn't dead. It's a lot, honestly. I'm still trying to figure it all out. I'm sorry I left you alone.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
And she will slowly let the fireball dissipate and kind of look around at everybody and when did you get back?
Cassandra just kind of takes a step back at that one, just a little bit, and then she goes, 6 months ago?
No. Were you talking about when did they get back to this plane of existence, Alex, or when did Cassandra come back to life?
When would Cassandra have come back to this plane? When would Cassandra have been able to communicate to Alex?
Oh, so Cassandra, the answer to that question is less than an hour and a half ago.
Oh, okay. It hasn't even been an hour, actually. A lot has happened. A lot has happened.
Alex, the party, who you would have been keeping tabs on, has been gone for 2.5 years.
This. Were you gonna come find me?
Of course.
And Alex will run over to Cass and wrap her arms around her and pull her in for a bone-crushing hug. She feels whole again. She feels like the other part of her is now back, and she didn't realize how empty she had felt until now.
Cassandra doesn't hesitate to wrap her arms back around her sister, and she goes, I'm back. And if I can help it, I'm never leaving you again.
And Alex just sobbed as she digs her nails into Cass, trying to make sure that she's real and make sure that this isn't one of her dreams where she would see her and not be able to, and she would never be able to save her, no matter. She just holds on for dear life at this point.
Cassandra obviously is just like not letting go with the confusion that's been happening lately. This is like the one thing that she's sure how to act. And like she just keeps like just like making sure that her sister just knows that like, hey, I'm here, and like kind of like just like reaffirming that she's real and she's not going anywhere. And she just like, she obviously knows it's like really terrible timing, and she goes, well, it looks like you missed me. And then she kind of just like, she's like, yeah, right, but terrible joke, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what are you doing here? Why are you guys here? You can't be here right now. What are you doing?
Why
can't we be here right
why
now?
can't we be here?
But you're not supposed to. Why are you? No, whoa. And then she like backs up, and I think the gravity of the situation that she had put out of her mind because she was overwhelmed with emotion comes like crashing down. She's like, why are you here? Why are all of it? And she looks around at the rest of the party. What are you doing here?
Cyprus is fully quivering behind Dessa's head right now.
Like,
and like
like
hiding.
Cassandra just puts her hands on Alex's shoulders. She's like, Alex, focus. Why can't we be here?
I'm no, whoa, no, whoa, wait, everybody, just I need to think for a second. What do I do? What do we?
Alex,
Oh,
is there
okay.
something you need to be concerned about?
No, but maybe you should. Okay.
Mona takes a step back and has like a psychic blade out behind her back, and she's like,
Oh.
need to be concerned, Alex.
At this point, Cyprus jumps off of Dessa's back and waddles her way up to Alex, and you feel a little tug on your sleeve.
I remember you.
Hi. I remember you too. You had the really... Anyways, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I should have listened to you and give you space. You're allowed to feel however you want about me. So I'll go back to giving you space. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for hurting you. And
Okay.
not giving you the space to grieve.
Yeah. Thank you. Water under the bridge. Okay. So I'm just trying to understand, why are you here?
And we're trying to understand, why can't we be?
Well, listen, we can meet each other halfway. Mona is like standing in front of Dessa. Like I said, she has a grip on the psychic blade behind her back, and Dessa would be able to see that the grip is so tight, like her like tendons in her her arm is shaking. And she's just like, we were on a mission, and our teleportation circle was supposed to bring us back to Lucius, but it brought us here, and I'm not sure why. This is not intentional. Now, why is that so bad that we have been brought here?
Well, obviously, you shouldn't be here, and maybe you should try and go back where you needed to go.
Can I roll an insight on Alex?
No, because at this point,
Because, like, bro.
I'm gonna roll deception.
Roll for it.
wait, let's table question. Since like Cassandra and Alex are just like really close.
No.
Dang it.
No, you can't. No, I'm not saying don't you dare. No, we probably have a twin connection.
Nah, I'm just because I'm like, dang it. I want to know if Cassandra knows what's going on.
On a disadvantage with a psionic die, I'm at a 25.
What
With
is
disadvantage.
You're
is
out
pretty
of psionic die now.
No, I'm not. I am, but like, okay, so when I leveled up, it changed it so that I was halfway through. Did you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah. I got you. Okay.
yeah, so it adjusted it. So I still have more left. I just was at less than half of what my
Solid.
scores were.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 24 for deception.
Mona, you see through it. So what is Alex lying about? Not necessarily, you don't have to necessarily be specific, but like, what is the vibe behind the deception?
Alex is doing something that directly opposes what this team, I think, is trying to oppose.
Accomplish
Maybe.
what the team is trying to accomplish.
Maybe. Sure.
Mona, I think, narrows her eyes. And like she's still in front of Dessa with the blade behind her back, and she's just like, Alex, are you working with the unordered?
I said what? At that, Cassandra just like obviously like she doesn't want to believe that like her sister would do that. So she kind of like just looks over to Mona and is like, she wouldn't do that. And then she turns over to Alex and she's like, you wouldn't do that, right?
You just
Alex.
you just don't understand.
So make me
Oh,
understand.
yeah, that's a sword out. That's a sword out, sorry. There's no
You-
way.
You don't understand what they're trying to do here. You don't see.
Alex, I don't know what they told you, but the unordered is the reason why Cassandra died.
That's not true.
It is.
Why? No. Why? No. What do
They
you mean?
lie. Cassandra's obviously like just kind of just like feels a little betrayed and is just like kind of caught off guard, and she's just like she waves over to like Mona and just kind of just like backs away, like because she's obviously trying to get her thoughts together, trying to explain it, and then she's like I can't, and she just like kind of backs away slowly.
Alex, it's, you know, of all people here, I can't lie to you. Because you scare the shit out of me.
I don't think anybody would lie. I think that you just don't understand. You can't see the bigger picture. You all are trained to do what you're told. You all follow orders. You can't see past what's being sent down.
So help me understand.
Cassandra kind of walks over to Alex and she just looks at her and she's like, so what do you understand? What are you understanding? What are we missing?
They're trying to combine the sides where by bringing it down, they can come here and we can go there and we can live harmoniously. Why do we have to be separated? Why can't?
Can I roll an insight to see if she truly is like behind the mission and behind this? Because she sounds a little questiony to me. Does that make sense? Like, yes, she's reiterating the message, but does she truly embody it? Does she truly... does that make sense?
You can roll that insight.
Live in harmony with who?
The creatures.
Great.
With the
I got a
abomination.
19.
The abominations?
What? No, of course you think that because you don't know you don't understand what they are and you can't see them for what they are. They're being villainized. They have souls and they're living and they deserve a chance. They deserve life. They deserve to be happy, don't they? Just like we do.
19 on my
Cassandra's
inside,
kinda
by the way.
like- Cassandra's
I'm not
just
going to
like-
contest.
Okay.
Cassandra's wings starts like kind of just like shut down at that point. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Is Alex behind this wholeheartedly? Is
Alex
this
is-
what?
Without a doubt.
Alex isn't idealist. She's a believer.
Oh no.
Alex,
Oh,
I know what they're selling you. And that sounds so great, but how do you know we're not trying to do the same thing?
Because you're not. Because that's your mission. You're trying to stop it. You're trying to stop them.
Honey.
Cassandra
You
just
killed
kinda just, like,
Cassandra. You killed Cassandra because of your misconceptions of what they are. You don't understand. You don't know.
Cassandra just kind of walks up to Alex and she goes, "They killed me because they knew that like my team would need to kill me if they knew that I was infected. They know what the misconceptions are. Where does my death play into this?"
No. Cyprus killed you because you were turning, and we don't want
That's not.
them.
No, that's not what
That's not
happened.
what happened. That's what we thought happened. Cassandra wasn't infected.
At all. They lied.
What? Why would they lie? And you guys kind of see like a million thoughts going through Alex's mind as she's seeing the pieces of the puzzle put together in front of her face with Cassandra and all of you standing there looking at her. And but that means all this time
Deep breaths. This isn't your fault. I think this was their game. I think killing Cassandra was a way to have people pitted against us, including you. I could be wrong, but you're here now, and that's what matters. And I think deep down, I know this is a lot to process, and I know it's a lot to chew on, but I think deep down, you know what we're saying is true. We wouldn't just bring Cassandra here irresponsibly.
Cassandra walks over to Alex and just kind of looks at her and she's like, "I know this is a lot, but I promise you we're not lying to you. This is like overwhelming. I get it, but I need you to trust me."
I trust you, Cass. But how can I look at myself knowing that I've helped them?
The same way I was
So-
able to look at myself after killing Cassandra.
So Cassandra kind of looks at Cyprus and just like smiles just like a little softly and just like walks over to Alex and just grabs her hands and she goes, "You thought you were doing the right thing." And that's what we've always been about, doing the right thing. I'm not mad at you. I forgive you. It's fine. We can move past this. Plus, you can be on the right side now. With me. Okay?
You always were the more talented one. Of course you knew.
No. I think in this scenario, And I'm always going to need my sister. It's not just about who's more or less talented. You are just as smart and just as amazing. People make mistakes all the time. Hell, I made a mistake.
Is that
It
why you
hap-
left me?
I didn't mean to. It won't happen again.
I didn't mean when you died, Cass. I meant when you came to do all of this and you left me.
I wasn't trying to put the world above you. I wanted a world that you would be happy in. I wanted to make sure that, you know, you would always have somewhere to be.
You were my world, and you were where I needed to be. And when you left, I didn't understand and I couldn't follow. I'm not like you. And then you got a new family.
Cassandra squeezes her hand and she goes, "You will always be my family. I didn't get a new family, I just added to ours. I didn't leave you. You will always have me. You'll always be with me if you would like. I promise not to go anywhere you can't follow. Not this time."
Well, we know that that's not exactly true, but I'll try not to get left behind too
So how
much.
about this? If I do, I can promise that I will always come back to you. Okay?
And she looks at you and puts her pinky out.
Cassandra immediately puts hers out and just kind of
And she kisses it.
she does the
Do
same
we
thing.
need to leave soon? Or I'm sorry, I just
um, we're okay for right now, but what do you need? What can I do?
well,
For now, you being with us is enough. We'll
well,
figure out the rest.
You guys were sent to find information
yep.
about the unordered.
That too.
Mhm.
You're right.
You
That's
have
right.
done exactly that by finding Alex. But I will say, you get a kind of eerie feeling being back here. It's been a long time.
Hey,
A lot has changed.
hey, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're not on the best terms, but I do want to say one last thing. You're kind of proving my point, though, what I said to you at the party.
Oh, don't you start with me. I will still pick you up and put you on a shelf somewhere.
That's fine. I like shelves. Joke's on you. But what I'm saying is, there is good in you. I can feel it.
Well, of course. Obviously. And the air of arrogance returns, even though she's got some tears streaked down her face.
There she is.
And she'll look over at Dessa and Mona, and then back at Cass and arch an eyebrow. Huh. Did something happen there? Did you see too much?
Cassandra just kind of like
Dessa?
her hand. She's like, "It's a long story."
Mm.
There's no story.
Mhm.
There's no story.
I think
Now
there's a story.
you want the twins being both on your ass? All right.
Damn.
That's
And she'll look over at Dessa. You okay? What, you missing something?
Nessa glares at you with the only eye that she has left, trying very hard not to say anything out of pocket. And she just says, "I have everything I want right here."
Oh, that's sweet. And she'll like look for just a moment longer. Nice to see one big happy family. Although there's 2 of us now. Let me stop.
Cassandra just like knowing that this is like mischievousness is just like obviously amused, but she's not gonna do anything about it because it's so she just kind of just like it's like this is above me and just walks over the cypress and just like puts one hand on her shoulder and just goes. And that's it.
Crazy.
What? What'd you say?
Crazy word.
He says thanks
For what? My brain is very confused right now.
because of like what you said to her sister.
Oh, yeah, it's no problem. I try to see the best in anyone, and I think it's probably gonna be a little bit more intense now that Ginny's gone. You know, she had that ability.
Oh. We are missing one. We're missing a lot of things today. What happened to him?
Cyprus
No.
immediately starts crying.
The unordered
First
that
of
you
all.
were siding with killed Ginny.
Oh,
Seems like they have a right.
Cypress, I'm sorry. That was in poor taste. I didn't know what was
No,
happening.
no, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. You didn't know. It's not your job to know my triggers or what's going on. But it just happened, so I'm a little sensitive.
Oh, wow, it just happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
a day ago?
We still have
Nope.
her.
Not even
Nope.
like
Not
2
even.
hours ago.
Like
An hour,
Still
Still have
an
her in
hour and a half.
I don't.
like an hour ago.
She's still technically in the bag.
I cry harder when you say that.
Crazy word.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
she's in the
Can we just stop? Can we just stop talking for like half a second? Let's please.
She's in the bag. It's only been an hour, but it's fine. We're gonna give her a really beautiful hand. Holy shit, this still bugs me. What is wrong with me? It's like a sprinkler system in my head. Anyways. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Yes,
Right.
she was murdered by the unordered. And right in front of us. So
Lightning straight through her heart. Cassandra just like kind of says it like voice breaking. And then she just kind of just takes a deep breath. You're good. She just kind of takes a deep breath. Like, okay. And then she claps her hands. She's like, information swap. And then Cassandra just kind of starts looking across the room, trying to see if there's anything that she doesn't recognize or anything that's new that she can start like taking notes down. She kind of just wait. I'm sorry. Above table question: the journals that we have, do we always have them on us?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Bet.
So this room hasn't changed like a ton. It is a little bit more worse for wear now because there's been no one occupying this tower for the last math. Hold on, 2.5 years. So I mean, the stone is a little less upkept than normal. There's perhaps some like a musty smell to it. The teleportation circle looks pristine and upkept, but that's just because it's magic. And you haven't walked out into the rest of the tower at this time.
As it's happening, Mona is gonna like look at Alex and is like, so there's just us in here, there's no agents waiting around in any doors, no traps, no abominations in the corners.
Just me.
Mona will look over to Cassandra and is like, I know you just got her back, but can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah. I actually need to run something by you. She starts like walking away because Cassandra's like thinking of something. And she walks over with Mona to like the corner of the room.
Oh, Mona's like stepping out into the hallway.
Oh, well, we're stepping out into the hallway.
As they step out into the hallway, Mona is like, well, that was a lot. I assume now that she knows the truth, you're gonna want her to be sticking around.
Would you be okay with that?
Well, that sort of ties into what I was gonna bring up. I don't trust her, but you've known her for longer than I do. She is your sister, and, well, if she's half as talented as you are, she'd be an asset, and I hate to say it like this, but we're down Jenny, which means we're down abilities. So having an extra person around to help.
I understand your lack of trust, and I have a few questions of my own because it's like, why is she the only one here? I have a couple of questions, but also I also promised Sai that I would not put you guys in a position to lose me again. So your distress is very valid, and I will make sure to act within those lines. She will have to earn our trust like everyone else. And you're right, we are down abilities. And I know my sister, me, in a different front essentially, but I understand.
And that sort of clunkily leads into the next thing, and I think this is a conversation that has been needing to happen and hasn't yet. Because normally, the way we would do things is everyone sort of discusses amongst themselves, and then the leader has the final say.
Oh.
And even though we're on the same page about this, in particular, I think that does bring up questions of if you're going to be taking your old position back.
No, you earned this position fair and square. You're not here to replace me.
One of flinches when you say that. And she's just like, yeah, well, honestly, what happened was you died. I wrote up a report on why I felt the circumstances surrounding it were iffy, and then they gave me the job, and part of it felt like half of it was because they felt like I did such a great job, I guess picking up the slack, and I think part of it was they wanted me to shut the hell up. But honestly, ever since I've been leader of this team, I haven't really been doing shit right. I mean, you've seen the tail end of it. So, I'm not. Me asking you if you're taking back over isn't me being insecure about a job I'm desperately clinging to. It is a legitimate question because I honestly, you were originally meant for this role, and the only reason you lost it is because you died. So.
At that, Cassandra just leans against the wall of the hallway, kind of like crosses her leg in a very like and just tilts her head and just goes, Why are you so determined to prove to yourself that you don't deserve this?
I don't think I'm determined to prove to myself that I don't deserve this. You sound like Cyprus. I think what I think what I'm trying to say is, listen, you were given the leader position because they felt that you were best suited for the job, and you were. And I was, as you said, your replacement. And now that you're here, there's no need for me to have a job when the person I'm a replacement for is back.
Cassandra puts her hands up and she's like, I actively just said you were not here to replace me. Like I said, you earned this position fair and square. Yeah, I died. Okay, cool. But you You've kept this team alive for as long as I've been gone.
I've kept
Well,
3 of them. 2
listen.
of them.
Listen, I keep myself alive. So, I'm just saying, you're doing way better than me. She, like, cracks the joke. And she goes,
Laughs and just like,
stop.
that is not funny.
I am not. It's kind of funny. And then she just kind of just like, nah, this time it's time for me to follow your lead. I'll just be here to support you. Just let me know when.
Maybe as a co-leader rather than following my lead? And we do this together?
We'll do this together. And she kind of just like bumps against you slightly and just gives you a small smile.
I nods, and she's just like, great. I'm sorry that when you first came back I made it seem like I didn't miss you. I did. It just... We weren't all that close before you died, but I still cared for you, and and some stuff sort of happened while you were gone that maybe made that a little more complicated. But I am happy that you're back. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Cassandra just kind of just looks at her, just like, she just sighs and says, I know we weren't that close, but we can change that now. I'm willing to do it if you are.
Maybe, start by making sure your sister doesn't blow us all up.
That I can do. And Cassandra just kind of kind of like a sigh of relief. And then she just starts going back to the door before stopping and turning back to Mona, and she goes, by the way, I am not here to steal your girlfriend. There's nothing going on between me and Dessa. Just want to put that out there. And then she just kind of mischievously runs into the room.
Hey, Cassandra, take inspiration for that.
Drops and then just kind of stands in the hall.
That was amazing. Mona, you were left stood in the hallway, and Dessa, you see Cassandra run back inside. Like, with a mischievous little smirk on her face.
When I see Cassandra like burst back in here, Dessa kind of gives her a look, and she sees her smirk, and she's just like, "What the fuck, she all smiley for?" But she's not gonna ask because she already feels like she gets made fun of by Cassandra a lot, and she doesn't need a second round of that right now. But she is gonna she does see Mona in the hallway, and she is gonna go to her. Are you guys cool?
Yeah, we're I don't know, what did Cassandra we actually we're cool. Icy. Not icy, that's bad. Like regular cool.
A lot of cools in the same sentence, are you sure?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, we had a really interesting conversation. We're gonna co-lead. We're gonna share leadership. That's what we talked about.
Cassandra in the corner, obviously eavesdropping. She's primary leadership.
That's not what co-leader
You're just hanging out by the door, Cassandra, like...
Yeah. Just like a very poorly trying to give them privacy, but definitely eavesdrop.
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. When Dessa hears Cassandra start talking in the back, she's you said that nobody was in the tower, right? Nobody was there.
Alex told you it was just her.
Okay, Dessa is gonna make her way back to the top of the roof where they used to have their watches, and as she starts to take a couple steps, she turns around and looks at Mona. Do you want to come with me?
Mona looks around and is like, yeah, I guess it can't hurt since no one else is here, but we should probably still be careful. But yeah.
As they start walking away, Cassandra just runs over to Alex and just nudges her. just points at them.
You guys make your way up to the roof. It is... There are plants growing on the ground, and the old table that is up there, and the stool and the chair that are up there for watches are still there, albeit looking a little bit run down, but they are there. They are functional. They are sturdy still. You guys have the floor.
I think as Dessa makes her way to the top and she sees like all of the grass, all of like the clear disuse of all this stuff that's on the roof, she takes a moment to look at it and she kind of goes, huh, this place could use some cleaning, I guess. And then she's gonna like kind of like walk towards the edge so that way, or towards the edge of the roof so that way she's overlooking all of Shanti-Hutha. Oh no, don't do that.
Like,
you walk over and it is very clear that your tower was surrounded. Right?
That our tower what?
Was surrounded at some point. And the usual view that you guys had is not there anymore. The trees have been partially taken down by magic or fire or just general clear cutting, and there are remnants of what look like abominations that have died or been killed. There are remnants of metal armor and weapons, and it's not comforting to know how close you all almost got to dying that day when the breach happened. Seeing it now, you realize that if you had stayed even a minute or two longer, you would have been dead.
Not a comforting sight. That's
no.
Well, not a comforting sight at all. Dessa sees that. Mona, you still standing back there? Have you came up here yet? Please tell me no.
Yeah, she's starting to come up with you.
Yeah, Dessa's just like, how about we just not look at that, actually?
Why? What's over there?
Depression.
Damn.
Okay.
And Dessa says that like with a straight face. There's it's not the same as what it used to look like when we were here. I guess 2.5 years ago now.
If I look over that edge, I'm gonna see everybody who died while we were gone, aren't I?
Dessa does not answer that, but I think her silence is probably gonna be enough of an answer.
Maybe let's go back inside and talk there.
Yeah.
When it goes back in, it goes back to like where you know, like where everybody used to eat. Everybody used to eat and hang out. She kind of just like sits kind of like cross-legged in the chair at the table and is just like, did you want to talk to me about something, or did you want to brooding buddy?
Brooding buddy is funny. Both, I guess. Well, maybe not brood, but and then Dessa kind of, or actually, hold on, before she does that, I have something for you, actually. And she reaches into her, I guess her inventory and pulls out the knife for the nightingales. And Tin, you're killing me. And it had the above table. It had the original nightingale crest on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure it did, because I wasn't gonna hand it to them if it didn't. And she looks at it, and she holds the blade and then hands the hilted side to Mona. I found this back in the Lich's dungeon, Lich's cave.
Just
It
two of
was.
them.
I'll hold both of them, and it's. I should have handed these to you a long time ago. I didn't know what they were.
Honestly,
And then when I did, I just knew it. Sorry.
you were mad at me.
Yes, yeah, I was. Yes, I was mad at you, or I thought I was mad at you, but
You what?
you're not making this.
What am I doing?
Just here. Just take them.
Just
Mona will take the daggers, and it's just like, I do remember seeing these, but this was before I knew anything about the old Nightingale crest, so they didn't really mean anything to me at the time. Thanks. It kind of makes. I had something for you too, but it's probably much less significant.
So furrows your eyebrows. You had something for me?
Yeah, and then Mona will pull out just like a picture frame, and it's like, you remember when we went to the carnival and you got that certificate, and you were like, oh, I wish I had a picture frame. I got one for you, but then a bunch of stuff happened and I didn't give it to you, and you don't have the certificate right now, so now it's just an empty picture frame. But
no.
no, I meant like
What?
in her hand. Like I know she
Oh,
like still
oh.
owns it.
It
Yeah,
was like it's like in a pocket or something, like
yeah.
on the person.
Dessa takes the picture frame, and her first thought is like, when did you get this? But she actually just like smiles like genuinely for like the first time that felt like in a while, and she goes, thank you. I was pretty excited about that certificate. I don't know why, but I was.
Got a loose paper in your bag, and it's gonna get wrinkled and torn up if you don't put it in a frame. So
I'll do that in a second. And she looks at Mona. Listen, I don't know if it's gonna mean anything to you at all, especially since I already apologized for the same thing, but I need you to know that I'm very sorry. About everything I said to you. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't mean some of it. The part where, we could see that things were wearing on you, the part where, yeah. I did mean that. I could have said that at a better time, in a better way, but I did mean that, but
honestly,
the part where I said
nope, sorry.
the part where I said that you were the part where I said that you were just a replacement, and that when I asked you how many people were here, that was completely unnecessary, and I truly did not mean that at all.
I know.
It's not an excuse, but
I know you told. I know. And then when I looks at Dessa, I'm pretty good at telling when people are lying. And I know you're not lying right now, but there's just like this. There's this part of me that, like, even when people are telling me the truth, sometimes it's difficult for me to accept it, I guess. I do forgive you. Just with everything that I forgive you. I guess it just might take a moment for me to really let it sink in that you don't just think of me as a replacement for her, as the leader. So
That does not reassure Dessa at all. And she kind of like inwardly panics a little bit because she doesn't really like, she believes Mona. She knows Mona's not lying. And but at the same time, it's like she's trying to put herself in their shoes, and she's just like, if somebody had did this to me, said what they said to me, I would have a very hard time. She just goes, what if there was a way I could show you that I truly don't mean that, and that I never truly thought that?
I mean, I don't want to force you to have to prove yourself, but I mean, what did you
I'm
have
not. You're not forcing me if I'm offering. Your mind link ability. How far does it go? Can you see into people's minds with it?
Only what they let me see, honestly. It's not like I can't read people's minds. I can't detect their thoughts. It's sort of what's open and what they let me see.
Dessa takes a second, just a second, and then she like kind of scoots her, because she sat down in the chair next to Mona, and she kind of like scoots her chair closer, and she goes, I want you to see into here, and she like points to her temple.
Mona just hesitates for a moment, and she's like, "Are you sure?"
Yes.
Okay. And spend that psionic die, and Mona will open the mind link for just her and Dessa.
You can see however deep Dessa wants you to see. You'll be able to see. This one time, we're treating it like detect thoughts without the saving throw.
Okay, so here's the thing. Dessa's mind is completely open to Mona. Like, it's completely open from everything that she can remember to this very moment. She's just trusting Mona to only look as deep as they need to. So I imagine, Mona, you see, it's just it's just Dessa and Mona, and so, since you can see anything and everything, I imagine that you can see Dessa's like primary thoughts, like things that the more she thinks about it, the more solid it is. Like, it's kind of like watching like a movie type. So, and you see various moments throughout the 3 years, or I guess 5.5, if we're counting that time skip, that you guys knew each other. You see back to 5 months in, when Mona came to Dessa's room and asked to fix their hair after trying to cut it and doing a very poor job of it. And you don't just see it, but you can also kind of like, if you concentrate hard enough, you can feel what Dessa was feeling in that moment. And there was a moment where, at the end, where Mona was looking at their hair and she told Dessa that she rocked with it. And after Mona complimented Dessa's horns, Dessa felt for half a second like her heart kind of jump at that. She felt warmth, not the warmth that she normally feels, but something else. And then it kind of like shifts, and you see, going back a little bit further, back to about 2 months in, when Dessa went to visit Mona on her watch. Not necessarily to see them, but part of her was very happy that they were there. And she remembers, after Mona was talking about how they get so focused to the point to where they don't feel the need to, you know, do anything else. And Dessa was just like, that sounds very not healthy, but she's not the epitome of health herself, so she's not going to comment on that. She does remember how she wanted to, I guess, I guess provide would probably be the best word for it. Not because they don't think Mona can take care of themselves. That's not the case at all. It's more so because they just want Mona to be healthy, and if she can have a hand in that, then she's going to try to do that. So she did end up bringing her, you know, just a plate of food, some entertainment, a book, one of those puzzle things that they like, just for the sake of having something else to do rather than just stand in one spot the entire time. And then she thinks about how her wrist was absolutely bothering her, and how Mona took the time to research how to alleviate the wrist pain that she had. And she vividly remembers the way Mona's hands felt on her wrist, her forearm, before like slowly gliding back to her hand, and the two of them held hands for a bit. And she was staring. She can't lie to herself anymore at that point. She definitely was staring at them. But she didn't know what to do with that feeling, so she kind of ignored it as best as she could. And then we go back to it, probably the most emotional thing that she's felt, back to the masquerade, actually. Seeing Mona and Dessa swaying together, there was a point during that dance where she thought, maybe, like, she thought for a second, what if we didn't have to worry about fracturings and prophecies and death and destructions and abominations? What if it could just be us? Just nothing else to worry about, just the two of us dancing and swaying to this, and we could just have this moment for as long as we want to. And I think that's when Dessa really started feeling it then. And by feeling it's just like that familiar warmth that just constantly like spreads throughout her chest and through the rest of her body. And I'm saying you're seeing all these memories, all these thoughts. Nowhere in there do you see Dessa having a genuine horrific thought about Mona. Nowhere in there do you hear Dessa saying that, oh, that she's just Cassandra's replacement, she's not worthy of being the leader, she's just going to lead us into destruction. They're not the best person to be a part of this team. We don't need them. You don't hear anything like that. And because Dessa never thought that, not genuinely, not truly, not enough for it to fully solidify into her mind. And I think from there, Dessa just lets Mona continue to dive as deep as they want to, see whatever they want to. And yes, Dessa's skin is heating up as they're doing this, but she's like, she has control to where she's not bursting to flames.
Okay. Mona is like watching all of those memories, and I think it's like a two-way thing. But Mona's memories are a lot shorter and faster, and there are like a lot of small moments. Like it's her essentially coming back from the dead with Dessa holding her face. It's when Dessa came to check on her in that cave, and she kind of shooed Dessa away, and like how she reached for Dessa after Dessa was gone. It's the dance at the masquerade. It's the vision that she had of her hopes for the future where Dessa was with her. It's just like very small moments that are like flashing by very quickly. But each of them are significant. Each of them, you can kind of like feel like the growing like emotion behind them. and without realizing it, Mona is leaning forward until their foreheads are touching. And as the mind link stops, she's kind of like looking directly into Dessa's eyes, and she's kind of quiet, and she's like, "Okay, I think I believe you now."
Dessa, she didn't realize it until after the mind link shut down, that her and Mona were touching foreheads. She doesn't move away. Instead she just looks at Mona as well. And her face starts heating up, and she's just like, yeah, okay. It's good. I'm glad. I just hope you yeah. Yeah.
There is like a moment longer where Mona is just like staring at Dessa, and like it's like for the first time in her life she's not thinking, and she leans in and gives Dessa like a quick kiss, and then pulls back and pauses, and there's a moment where she looks like she's about to go for the door. She's just like, fuck. And she's like, sorry, that was I sorry.
Dessa is stunned, and because she didn't even, first of all, that kiss was really quick, and she didn't even realize like what happened. And she can tell that Mona's about to dip, and she's gonna be like, wait, please don't go, can you back up a little bit, actually?
Back
just for a second. I'm not mad at you. Just for a second.
What it does is just back up. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Dessa bursts into flames. And
that tracks.
Dessa is fully on fire, and but it's not like a flame like where she's angry. Like if you look at Dessa, you can see that she is grinning hard as hell, like teeth and everything. And she's just smiling and grinning at you and just constantly saying sorry, and it takes her like a good 30 seconds to calm down to where she's not on fire anymore. And she goes, and then she looks at Mona, and then she places her hands on her cheeks and leans in to kiss her again.
Mona will hesitate a moment before kissing Dessa back, and they do not pull away as fast this time. And then pulls back and is like, should I, like, I don't know, get a hose? Are you gonna...
No, I have control of this. I have control. I just wasn't... Sorry, I just wasn't expecting that to happen. I never kissed... I'd never been kissed before. I just didn't... I'm not going to set you on fire. I swear.
Okay. Good, because that would, that wouldn't... Sorry. And then she, like, takes so I was like, I wasn't... I guess I wanted to do that for a while. I wasn't thinking, and now we have to go back, and there's a lot of stuff going. You can see, like, now she's starting to think. She's like, okay. Should we go back now? I think there's...
Dessa does... Actually, this is what Dessa does. She is still holding onto your face, and she hears what you're saying about having to go back. And she's just like, and she makes no move to get up at all. She just really wants to kiss you again.
Wait, hold on. Is the mind link still going?
No, that shit is...
Okay, I didn't remember if you turned it off or not. I got a little lost in the sauce there. Okay, I was like, okay, we're gonna pull away from you two. And let you kind of exist in that moment. Oh, I My eyelashes are assaulting my eye again. Cool. Let's see anything. I just went blind. It's fine. We're gonna jump back to the room with the other 3 people, i.e., Cyprus and the 2 people with the exact same face, of whom Cyprus is probably into them both a little bit. But that's besides the point. We're gonna jump back to them. What are you guys doing?
I think before Cassandra had come back in, Cassandra was still out there. I think Cyprus is still crying, right? From
they're
whole
kind
Ginny
of
thing.
Like, they're kind of soaking in the moment, and they're kind of coming down. And it's also not just emotion of losing her, but also being very conflicted of just coming out as Polly, and she's now into both siblings, which is very conflicting. And so I'm starting to calm down and trying to self-soothe, but it's kind of failing a little bit.
I think Alex witnessing grief so raw and real, and the fact that it was just earlier, and she can relate. She mourned. She lost somebody who was so integral to who she was, and she felt a piece of her die that day, that she sees Cyprus in this moment and wants to offer some consolation and can't figure out how to do that. She's very perplexed by Cyprus as in general from all of their interactions, and wants to just put her presence there for Cyprus to know that that the jape was just a jape, and she didn't know, and she wouldn't have, and she doesn't want to stop your process, but she wants to be present with you. And I think she just will be there and try to catch your eye and give you a meaningful look to say, I'm here in what capacity you might need me, because I get it. And just let Cyprus do what they need to do.
Cyprus is going to break those couple beats of silence. It's funny. You and Cassandra treat me the same way when I'm grieving. And I'm going to tell you what I told her, which is just treat me like Cyprus. Treat me like, oh my gosh. Sorry, my dog is digging around a box. But because right now, desperately, I just need to keep reminding myself that gnomes can do anything. That I can do anything, and it sucks that I wasn't able to save her. And I can't compare the 2 grieves, losing a sibling versus Ginny, but Ginny was my fucking world, And I don't want to rehash with you because you're going through a lot, and I don't want to add more burdens on your shoulders, but just you being here is nice. And I know that sounds weird because we don't exactly get along, but that's where it is. And if you need to put me on a shelf, that's totally fine. I'm quite adjustable. I can live anywhere.
Cyprus, I am treating you how I think to treat you. I'm not sure what to do with or about you, how I can offer my support, but if this is how Cass treats you, then what do you need?
So before Cyprus can answer, Cassandra just kind of walks up to them and just goes, yeah, Psy has that effect on people, and just kind of sits on their other side and just This goes like, we're not the best with feelings, but if you need us, we're here. I know I can't replace Ginny and what she meant to you. I don't think I can't say I fully don't understand either, because I don't know what I would do if I lost Alex, but if you need me, if you need to talk, to, be loud without anyone thinking you're annoying or anything like that, if that's something you're scared of, if it's just like you just need someone to listen, I can do that.
Thank you. And as soon as you sat down, you saw that Cyprus's cheeks turned red. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do with my hands.
You can hold mine.
And Cyprus shakingly reaches out to hold your hand and does so and instantly feels relief. This is just really weird because you both have the same faces, which I know I should be used to because I'm also a twin, but it's like one of those things, like, you two are also very different, and it's a little, but very similar, and it's a little conflicting,
I think it's great. Take as much time as you need to. We're still gonna just be here.
I know. But no, I appreciate you guys. I think I'm ready to... I think what I need is I need to laugh again. Be silly Cyprus again. Be the Cyprus that believed in a really great, beautiful world, who was motivated by her team and motivated by the connections that she was seeing, And now a piece of that is gone.
Cassandra just kind of takes like a deep breath, because she's obviously nervous about what she's about to say. She's like, I'm not really sure, what that's going to look like or how that road is going to look like. And then she kind of just squeezes Cyprus's hands, and she goes, but if you would allow me to be the one who helps you get there, I'd be honored.
I'd like that. My above table, where are we sitting right now?
You are, oh my god, my fucking... you guys are sitting in the teleportation room. So there's, trying to think. There's probably, a bench, and then there's the floor. There's not a ton of space to sit, because it's not meant to be like a, hey, you're hanging out in this room. It's a, you're coming and going from this room. But, I mean, it's a decent-sized room. It's warm enough.
Okay.
It's crazy.
It's weird being back here. Alex, how long have you been staying in this tower?
Long enough to start getting things ready, I suppose.
To do what?
Well, I was been here for about 3 weeks, and I am prepping the tower to be a sort of forward operating base.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. The thought is that the tower would be sort of a base of operations, a starting point for a campaign to come and regain some ground.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. I didn't know.
At that, Cassandra leans over and just grabs Alex's hands and like, well, one hand because the other one is still holding Cyprus, and it's just like, hey, it's not, you don't have to feel bad about it. You didn't know. It's fine. We're going to solve this as we always do, together. It's fine.
What do you need from me? What?
I think right now Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think for now we just kind of, we're still getting our bearings together, trying to figure out what actually is even going on. And then we'll go from there. Do you know what they're planning? Anything?
So, I don't know everything, of course. I don't think anybody does unless you're at the top. It's just safer that way so that if somebody's compromised, they don't have all the pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
They can't reveal too much. But I'm supposed to be here prepping the tower, getting it ready so that whatever the next phase of the plan is, create a permanent breach or bringing down the wall entirely. I don't know what's next specifically, but I know that is the goal.
You know what we need? And
Okay, we can work.
You know what we need? And Cyprus stands up really boldly, chest puffed out, looking like the old Cyprus. Gnomes can do anything. I think we need some gnome business. And Cyprus is going to pull out of her bag a leather book that says gnome business. And she's going to look at you and Alex and Cassandra. This might have our answer. How to help us. This is a book all about gnome business. And maybe with a little gnome magic, we can make this whole environment look like it was supposed to be set up for that, but it's really one big trick. That gets you out of the underground thingy, whatever, that I can never remember the name of. And that'll keep us safe. And so Cyprus will look so excited and sit back down next to you, opening the book enough for both of you to see. And do I find anything that would be suitable for this situation?
Hold, please. I have to think.
Yep.
So while all of this is happening, Cassandra obviously she's not thinking, like, kind of like not catching her thoughts as she says this. And she kind of just like looks over at Cyprus, just like, and just goes, "You are so cute." And then immediately just kind of like puts her hand over her mouth. Like, just kind of like, oh my God. Did I just say that out loud type of behavior? Alex all panicky. Just like,
Cyprus isn't even paying attention to you. They're just swiping through this book.
You flip through this book, this gnome business book that was given to you by a gnome who is thousands of years old. Like, has known BDL for a very long time, has been alive longer than Avalus alive longer than Avalus has existed. I was right there. And you stop on a page. And you're like, you don't know why you stopped on this page, because it was blank. But you just stop and you look for a second, and you kind of like tilt the book. You're tilting it back and forth and like this, and you like found it. And as you find that right angle, in a glittery blue-green script, there is a spell that, in short, will merge two realities together and will allow you to accomplish what you are wanting to accomplish. It will allow you to make the tower appear and function as though it were set up without actually being set up at all.
Alex.
And it is going to be, from what you can see, it'll be solid, and it will not necessarily be an illusion. But it will be helpful.
Alex, Cassandra, I found it, and it's in my colors, blue and green. Do you need me to talk softer? I see that I'm a little intense right now. I get like this sometimes.
I'm just trying to follow the emotional roller coaster that we are all on right now, and I'm just you keep going. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
Cassandra turns to Alex, goes, I love when they do this. But continue.
Welcome to the Cyprus roller coaster. This is what my brain looks like. I stand up, and I'm going to say with my whole ussy the incantation.
Okay. Okay.
I have so many questions.
You stand up, and do you move to the center of the room?
Yes. And I'm looking so confident.
You stand. This is going to be so fun to describe. You move to the center of the room, and you are holding this book, and you read through the spell first to yourself, and you're like, okay, I think I know all of the words here. It is in Gnomish. I know Gnomish. I have been speaking it my whole life. This is fine. I can do it. I'm a gnome. I can do anything. And you read out this spell, which to Cassandra and Alex sounds like nonsense. It is in a language they do not speak, and it is gibberish. Mm-hmm. And out from the book and through you, where tattoos glow, and you watch as you speak this magic seep out of the book and into the very fabric of the tower itself, as you can watch the tower change and merge with a timeline that you've never seen before, and the moss and the overgrown plants start to vanish from all over the tower, and things begin to repair itself, and it appears as though after about a minute you have completely changed this tower. Dessa, Mona, whatever y'all are doing, the tower is changing around you, and you can decide if that, if you notice, but it changes around you. And then after, a minute and a half, Cyprus, you put the spell book down. You put the Book of Gnome Business down, and you just look around you, and you know that it worked.
Okay, I think that fixes that problem. And she sits back down between you two like nothing happened. Just like, this is what gnomes do.
Do you look back down at the book, to the page the spell was on? At all? Or do you just close the book?
I just closed the book because I think, yeah.
Yeah, the tower changes around you. And it's about this time that you realize how long you have been sat here. How long you've been sat in your tower. And you're like, oh, shit. We've been here a really long time. I wonder if we should go back.
Also, where is Mona and Dessa?
And as you say that, wait, Dessa's not present. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh, okay, you are. As you say where are Dessa and Mona, in they walk.
Destiny, we missed. The tower looks completely different.
Yeah.
Cassandra,
It changed.
Cassandra just looks like directly at them,
Just
and
wait,
just
hold on. There's a thing. Hold on.
I think Mona tries to come in before Dessa, so does not like relieve from Dessa so casually. As she comes in, she kind of like fixes her hair, like puts it like back how it usually is in her bun, and like kind of pops her collar up and just crosses her arms. Is like, hi.
Okay.
What happened to the tower?
Cassandra just
So
looks at
hold on. Wait a second. Dessa walks in. Dessa walks in after Mona, right? She was able to she was grinning on the way there, but she was able to like school her expression enough to where she looks neutral. What she's not able to do is keep her body temperature normal. So the second she walks into that room, everything raises like 5 degrees.
Oh my god. Dessa is a furnace. Like, there are, like, every so often, just sparks flicking off various exposed
Insight.
skin.
I want insight.
Deception.
Go for it!
Guidance.
Deception, yeah.
Guidance on Alex.
Oh god.
Oh, and I still have to roll with disadvantage too.
Wait, Alex, who are you inciting? Or are you just inciting them both?
No, Death is over here giving it away. So that's who Alex is honed in on.
Hey, Dessa, deception. You're trying to hit it.
roll insight.
Deception.
Go for it.
Just
Hold on,
Go for it.
I gotta open up D&D.
You can too, Tim.
I love
Guidance.
27. 27 insight.
Oh,
24.
Dessa.
That deception is at 15.
27.
So, something's definitely up. Y'all know. You have a pretty decent idea. You're not blind.
Alex
This
is
is
over
also-
at Cass with the look that we used to, when we were kids and we knew when
Like-
something happened.
I'm just like, come, really? And Cassandra being the one that just never knows how to hold her tongue in the situation, just kind of for once, looks at Dessa, looks at Mona, and then just kind of just goes like, not your girlfriend, yes. And then just like...
Cass, it's gonna be okay. There's got to be somebody out there for you. Don't be sad about that.
I cannot stress. Cassandra just goes like, I would just like to point out Dessa is not the one who likes Cyprus's. And then she just immediately just like shuts up.
Let's all focus on that. You like
No.
Right now, right at this moment in time, in through the portal, steps Lucius. Well, it took me forever to find all of you. What? Oh, I walked in on something.
No,
I haven't done that all day.
There's nothing. We got the
That's
information that you asked for.
Fireball.
It's like trying to straighten out.
Oh, no.
wrinkles in
BDL is
her
good.
shirt.
BDL is good. Lucius is great.
We're doing great.
I think. I know. I know you. He points at Alex. I know you. We've been. Oh, I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad this is all working out. We need to go. We need to go and discuss, and there is information for all of you and from all of you to be gathered. So we can go. This will actually take us to my office now. Go on. He, like, gestures for you all to go through the portal.
Cassandra bolts first.
Mona will go through the portal.
I need to go get my things.
Okay. Oh, all right. You can go. Just go quickly.
Cyprus
we
is
will wait.
gonna follow
Well,
Alex.
your sister already left, but she will. Oh, all right.
Like looks down because her hooves are clacking as she goes, and she's like, "Oh, okay. I'm just gonna. Okay. So you and my sister. It's interesting.
There's nothing going on between your sister and I.
Are you sure?
No, but
Because
that's
you were having a really hard time holding hands and blushing.
that's because there's two of you. Like, what do I do with that? Anyways, that's besides the point.
I mean, twins.
Exactly.
And then she's just gonna get her stuff.
Cyprus is frozen in place.
For flavor, I would like a roll here. Hold on. There's gonna be one. There. I'm
Not
trying
the
to math.
twins.
There was 6 original party members, so there are 6 rooms in this tower. Jen, please roll me a d6 to determine whose room you were in. I'm gonna write down who's which. So we'll do in order this way. It'll be Dessa is 1, Cass is 2, Mona is 3, Ginny is 4, 5 is Cyprus, and 6 was Callie.
Don't roll fucking
Okay.
Jimmy.
Let it fly, baby. 4.
You were in Ginny's room.
Oh,
Wait. Whoa. Of course
You
you had no
obviously
idea.
don't know. Yeah, no. It was empty when you got there. It just had a bed.
I continue to follow after I freeze after you say twins, and my brain went a million different places. And so I continue to follow once I buck up.
Oh wait.
Are you at the room yet?
You are able to. Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm gonna stand by the door frame. This was
What?
This was Ginny's room.
mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's
I just.
It's okay. She'd want you to have it. It's okay.
Okay. And then Alex just runs in and just starts grabbing her stuff and throwing it in the bags. She didn't unleash it. She didn't make herself at home. She, took out what she needed, and could get everything. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Cypress
You
takes one
guys-
last glance around the room.
I didn't touch any, I didn't
No,
move the stuff around. It was
it's okay. It's okay.
it was a nice room.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you
guys.
find? Did you
Oh,
find?
go ahead.
Oh, did you find the hidden snacks underneath the floorboards?
Did I find him? Let me see if I found him. Snacks? Oh, I thought I was smelling something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. Oh gosh. Oh.
Yeah, we used to hide
Okay.
snacks for Slumbies and stuff, and Mona would never allow food in the room for this reason. So hall monitor.
Cass and I we would sneak into each other's beds every night until almost until we were older. There's we couldn't really fall asleep without the other one. When you are so close to somebody for so long, and
That's how Ginny and I were. Couldn't sleep without her. We were platonic, just friends, just for the record. We tried once, but it felt too weird. It was, yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't get better, but it gets more manageable as time goes on. And if now listen, if you need a friend to replace your platonic friend. That is once you come to terms with what's going on with you and my sister, because there's something going on, and we don't have to talk about that now. But I would love to be your friend, Cyprus.
And instantly you see that classic Cyprus like roller coaster of emotion, and their jaw just drops open. I fucking knew it. I knew we'd be friends.
Okay.
I would love that. We gotta go. But yeah,
Satyrs on.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
You guys make it back. You guys all go through the portal and are deposited into Lucius's very familiar office, except for Alex, who's never been here before. And that is where we are going to close the story for tonight. And to those of you who are watching, I am so sorry, especially if it was your first session. We're going to have a different story the next 2 weeks. So The Last Hope will be on a brief break, but we will be running one-shots, same time, same place. And as an announcement for everybody, the lovely Jen, Cancerman Cleric, as Alex, will be joining us for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah!
So Alex will be joining us. We'll have the twins. It'll be great.
To win time.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I saw the few of you who are new in the chat. We love that you guys came. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you want to keep up with the story, follow us here on Twitch. YouTube has all of the previous almost all of the previous episodes up. Also on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon Music. Follow us over on TikTok at Crits and Chaos. Instagram, same handle. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. I will be running a one-shot. It'll be great.
And then
I think
I'll
you'll
be
enjoy it.
running a one-shot after that.
Yeah, the next week.
Yeah.
So 2 one-shots, lots of fun. Please come and join. Or catch up on our previous episodes on YouTube.
So, all right.
I think that's all we have.